we're making decisions 24/7 from the moment we wake up, and shoot, probably even when we're sleeping. But we should look into making things simplified in our life so we can make less decisions and can get on with the things that matter the most. What I mean by this is sometimes we make or we spend the most time making the most absurd decisions, myself included. For instance, you're thinking of something to wear, you look through your closet like 5, 10, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. I mean, it probably can go up depending on who you are and everything like that. You spend so much time looking for an outfit, and that's a light task in your mind. It's like, oh, I'm gonna spend time looking for my clothes. I want to think about how I look, and that's fine and everything. But it's like, how many of those not moving things forward decisions can you make? Now, again, it can vary on what you need and stuff like that. Again, like uh, getting the right clothes wear can be frivolous in some regard, but sometimes it can be important, like going to an event or things of that nature. But most times, usually, you can pretty much have like a set thing you wear or something like that. Like, one thing I got into really with clothes is I really simplified my wardrobe in terms of I have like some good stuff and stuff like that. Like, I like clothes and things of that nature, but definitely I simplified it a lot from when I was younger. Like, I used to want to get the outrageous colors and everything like that. Like, nowadays I get like a nice, like, I have a whole bunch of black tees, whole bunch of white tees, like neutral colors, and I get like blue jeans. Like, just simplify things to that way, like, I can just pick something. Like, if I can't find something to wear, I spend like more than 5 to 10 minutes, like, uh, looking for an outfit. Like, I'm just gonna put a black shirt and jeans on and some shoes, and I'm gonna call it a day. Like, honestly, like, cause it just takes you away from things that matter, right? And the point I want to drive home is when you're trying to do things that matter the most, you need as much energy, as much as mental energy as you can. And if you could spend less time making decisions that don't matter or spending time where you don't need to be, then why are you spending that time? Why are you wasting your mental power on those things? And this can be like metaphysical things, like just negative things or things you can't control. Like, you're using all your mental to worry about something that you can't even change. Like, you can't change a lot of things outside of yourself. The most of you what you can control is within yourself. So you need to spend your time as much as your time on yourself as possible. When I realized this, it alleviated me from so many things. Like, I was when I was younger, like, for long as like elementary to high school, shoot, probably even yeah, sometime in college as well. Like, I was just so fixated on, like, people and stuff like of course we want to be cognitive of people, how they view us, stuff like that, cool, whatever. But it's like, you can't change certain things. You can't change that. Like, I used to get picked on for wearing like bummy clothes and stuff like that, and I'm trying to fit in with people, but I'm not fitting their standards. And it was a lot going on that just like held me back from doing what I needed to do. And then when I turned 19, I went through this issue mentally where I was just like like in a confused mental headspace, bad headspace, and I saw myself spiraling. And I just focused on myself, like, not like, oh, I'm about to focus on myself. Like, it was like, I need to figure out what's going on. Like, it was like a need. You know what I mean? It was a need that I needed to get done. And I wasn't trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna focus on myself. Like, I was just like, bro, I'm going through something right now. I need to look into some resources to help me get back on track mentally. And so I did, and through that, I just kept, I was still interacting with people, of course, and everything like that. But it just, a shift happened where I just was focused on myself mentally. Like, I just took so much time. I started shifting the time I spent on, like, looking outward, started looking inward. And so many things, I made such a shift. Like, even my friends know. That's another thing too. When you spend your mental capacity on yourself, more so, you see how people interact with you. Like, dang, you spend a lot of time with yourself. Dang, you getting in this, and dang, you getting in, like, it starts to affect your life outside of yourself, which is crazy. But yeah, like, I shifted my mental capacity to a lot of things that I could control, and I try to make my life as simple as possible. That way I can execute on the things that matter the most. And that took me from a broke college dropout to where I'm at now, a manager at a company, making a decent salary, and having more goals and more of a more driven life, right? Like when I was 19, I was just like wandering around, like I didn't know what to do. I had little plans here and there, but I never carried them out as hard as I needed to, and like I knew I couldn't do that any longer. Like I needed to focus up, and so I did, and I got to where I was, and it took that introspection and giving myself the mental space. Like, okay, like I can't focus on partying, I can't focus on what everybody else doing like mostly. I need to focus on myself. And again, it doesn't mean like you stop hanging with people altogether. If you feel like that's what you need, then do that. But if you need to start dissing you, if you realize you need to start looking inward, then focus your time on focus your time on things you need to fix internally. And you may notice yourself start distancing yourself from people because they're not matching where you at, or you feel like you can't spend that time with them because they're taking too much time and mental capacity from you, right? And that's not a bad thing to say. Some people don't fit into the phase of life you're moving into, and it's not a bad thing. It's not disrespectful. You just do what you can and be nice about it as much as you can. Just be more serious about yourself and your mental capacity and what's going on inside your head and everything. But yeah, like the whole point of the video, where I'm gonna end it at, is just saying, give yourself mental space, right? Give yourself the mental space to execute on the things you need to, because if you got your mind clustered with so many things, then if you have your mind clustered with so many things that don't matter, you're wasting your time. You could be focusing on what needs to be done, so that way when you go to bed, you go to sleep, because you only have limited energy. You have limited energy, right? It's not, I can't put a number on it, but like we wake up at a certain time and then we go to sleep at a certain time. Like it's just a point when our brain is just like, we need to rest. And the time you're spent awake, you need to spend it on as much important things as possible. You give yourself the mental space to focus on as many important tasks as possible, and decrease the frivolous tasks you have to do, so that way is less energy spending on those frivolous tasks. Because of course we have to do stuff like what we have to eat and stuff like that, like little small stuff here and there. But again, if we focus on big shifting opportunities while mental capacity, and then from there we can be able to get those things accomplished. So I hope that all makes sense. Thank you for watching the video. If you want help with mental or accountability, I have coaching. First link in the bio, excuse me, in the description of the video. Subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching, and peace.